All right, for those of you that have Pleasureway motorhomes, and by the way, all motorhomes are a pain in the ass, but Pleasureways are the least pain in the ass of any I've ever come by. They're the best built, but they still have some problems. One are these vents for the heated air, for the cabin air heat. And I don't know how they get broken, but they are super fragile. You can see that two of the vanes have already broken off. They're kind of hard to order. They're hard to find. So I did a little workaround by going to Home Depot, and I'll show you how that works. First, I'm going to bust out the other two vanes that didn't originally come out. And what I'm going to do next is cut the little tabs off there with just a utility knife. I'll be back with you once I do that. All right, I've cut the tabs off with a utility knife. You don't have to be exacting because the part that we're going to put in there isn't a real tight fit. So what I did is I went down to Home Depot and I found these. They're called soffit vents. And at the end of the video, I'll put a picture of the price listing and the SKU and the name from Home Depot on the video. One thing that I really appreciate is the state of California has told me that these little vents are responsible for cancer and reproductive harm. Now, I've had some reproductive problems recently, but I thought it was due to the fact that I'm like age 70, that maybe it's these little things that are causing it. Anyhow, they come with the vents pretty flattened, and that's because they ship them in bulk, and if the vents weren't flattened, they would just get all beat up, hitting against each other. So the first thing we're going to do is take a screwdriver and just shape the vents out a bit. I'll be back in a moment. All right, we've taken a screwdriver, or you can use a putty knife or whatever. Use your imagination on this one. And shape the vents so they have a significant outflow area. Again, I want to do a big shout out to the state of California here for letting me know that I'm going to have reproductive harm using these things. If it wasn't for them, I'd even be eating bran muffins. Fortunately, I went to a Whole Foods a couple of weeks ago, and right there on the display case by the bran muffins was another warning that baked products can cause cancer. So I've swore off those also. Anyhow, what we're going to do is we're going to take this device. Actually, it's called a soffit vent, and it fits inside of your old housing for your Pleasureway vent system. And we're going to take some Gorilla Glue. It must be good stuff if they make it for gorillas to use. Anyhow, this is the stuff I use. It works pretty darn well. And we're going to put a bead of Gorilla Glue. It's got to be a pretty thick bead all around this. Now we're going to turn it up, insert it, and let it sit it down and let it dry. It takes 24 hours to cure hard, and usually 30 minutes it's set up. And then after that's done, you paint the whole thing a flat black. Flat black is good because it doesn't show wrinkles or imperfections. And then we're going to take it back to the van and just push it right back into the area it came out of. Now, the device will still rotate. There's no problem with using it exactly like the original was. And I'll show you what a completed one looks like. I had to fix 2 out of the 3 that we have so far. So I'll show you that. Be back. All right, this is my completed vent. I did this one last week. And as you can see, they still turn. And it should work just fine. And again, they pull off and they push in. Now, we haven't gone camping with it yet. We're going shortly. And I'll let you know how the airflow is, but I think it's going to be just fine. Thank you.